The decision to leave a statue of a slave trader outside a museum in Hackney has been criticised by local campaigners. Trustees at the Museum of the Home say they're keeping the monument to Robert Geffrye despite a public consultation which found the majority in the community wanted it removed. Activists say it's an insult to honour him. He was an English merchant who made his wealth from slavery during the 1600s. Ria Chatterjee has more.
Robert Geffrye was a slave trader, an English merchant in the East India and Royal African companies.
There's definitely an opportunity to learn from history and to reflect on that, but you don't have to have a statue on top of a platform to do so. You can have it inside the museum with a couple of textbooks around it. What is it about having a statue of someone who's benefited from the transatlantic slave trade? My ancestors, my surname is Jackman. That was imposed onto me. So what is it about having an individual like that who has benefited from using black people as commodities, as products of property? It's helpful to walk up and down Kingston High Road and to see a statue like that in our borough.
Do you think the board understand that? What you just touched upon an emotion there, you said it's hurtful. Do you think the board of this museum get that?
Are there any black people on the board? If there are no black people on the board, how can you begin to understand the hurt and upset it causes black people that walk past that statue?
In 1714, Robert Geffrye put some of his wealth into constructing these buildings, now the Museum of the Home. He seems to survey the space, and the museum has surveyed the local community on whether this statue should be removed.
There's a sense that the board is out of touch. There's not strong local representation on the board. There's not a real sense of diversity. There's obviously been statements from the government, I think letters sent out from DCMS that may have gone to the board. And I feel that the board may have had that pressure from central government.
The museum told us that they didn't have anyone available to do an interview, but if there had been, I would have put to them some of the points that they've raised in their press release. One of them is that they think the statue should be reinterpreted and contextualised where it is to create a powerful platform for debate.
So are they expecting black people to debate a racist legacy? They also say the overall community response was in favour of removing the statue.
Do they feel like they've gone against the community, given that around 80% of people wanted to remove the statue from where it is?
We put these questions to the museum. They said they're discussing them. Going forward, they want to reinterpret the statue's history honestly and transparently, work with black artists and the community, and ensure people from diverse backgrounds work in the museum.
You want to work with black creators, but they have to walk through that same doorway.
The museum confirmed that there are no black people on the board. Ria Chatterjee, ITV News.